Welcome back, ladies and gents. Time for Backlash. Welcome to episode 3 of the AR Wrestling Podcast. My name is Alex, my partner Ryan, and all of this.
What up? Let's go.
And we're going to go over our predictions and potential outcomes for Backlash. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I don't really have much for this match. I mean, SmackDown was an absolute banger.
SmackDown was a banger.
Like we talked about on the last episode. I enjoyed all of everything that we saw this past week. Really, I think it's going to set up something big for Backlash, even especially with the whole Uncle Howdy shit that we've been seeing.
Bro, especially with the Uncle Howdy shit. Backlash is set to be an absolute nuts show.
I'm excited. But with that being said, let's get into them. I don't really have much for like a pre-show besides the match card. So I think we start out with, the Bloodline match?
Bloodline tag match. Randy Orton and KO versus the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. I'm really excited for this one, bro.
I am as well.
I think this one's going to be a sleeper banger. I wish they would make it like a street fight or a hardcore tag match or something. Because I think that would play super heavy into Tama Tonga acting like a psychopath, and Kevin Owens is like a street fighter, brawler type of dude. Bro, I think they could go insane with that.
Oh, easily. I mean, it would just set up even more perfect for Jacob debuting if he does, because I have Solo and Tama Tonga winning this, but it's going to be because Jacob Fatu debuts, just like how Solo did, and they're gonna, in a very similar way that Jimmy screwed over Jay.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I have Solo and Tama walking out with the win here. I mean, hell, even after this, I could even see doing maybe a Randy Orton Kevin Owens feud on the spin-off of all of this, if you don't want to stick them with the Bloodline for the next few months and keep that feud going.
Kevin Owens has been with the Bloodline forever.
I know, he's been feuding with Roman since the first year of his title reign.
That's what I'm saying. It is absolutely insane. Same with Orton. I mean, you can't get these guys away from the Bloodline. I mean, I don't blame them. But I mean, Paul did say this is a whole new Bloodline. This is all on Nick Aldis' conscience now. This is not on Paul's conscience anymore. So, I mean, whatever happens tonight is whatever happens. I'm excited to see it. But with that being said, I think we head into our next match, which would be the women's tag match. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the Kabuki Warriors.
Man, this one, honestly, doesn't need more than 5-6 minutes at most. Because, Jade Cargill just needs to walk in there, pump kick, powerbomb,
squash match.
Splash, done.
Absolute squash
Hit the
match.
Jaded.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe not in that. Yeah, no, actually, I agree with you. Absolute squash match.
But
I love Asuka and Kairi Sane, but it's time for Jade to get pushed to the moon.
I think there's a potential of the Bianca and Jade winning tonight. Who do I have? It looks like you do too. I'm only saying that because they wore similar outfits last time on SmackDown. I mean, obviously any team can do that, but also, I mean, their chemistry together and how Bianca has taken Jade under her wing, and I think we see a potential, like we've talked about, Jade and Bianca feud later on down in the future. After, maybe their title run, whatever they do, Jade turns on Bianca, or Student turns on the Master, and then they have their feud. But, I mean, I also want to see at some point Bayley and Bianca go at it, because Bianca still absolutely does not like Bayley. We saw it last time on SmackDown. We talked about it on the podcast as well, last episode. And it was just, it was pretty snarky. She was pissed. It was no, and she was like, yeah, dude, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them do a feud between those two again in the future.
I am as well.
Run it back. Maybe switch the rules, turn Bianca heel at some point.
That's what I'm thinking.
Run it back with Bayley as the baby face now, because I think heel Bianca Belair would be pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, even like I said last episode, it was more like Jade Cargill even was sitting there saying, dude, you need to relax. She's trying to do her best to prove to you and to prove to us that she's changed and that she's done, she's better. She's back for the better.
Right.
Essentially. And so, which I like that, but
maybe they could, kind of like how they did with Drew McIntyre's heel turn, where he was, if you think about it, Drew McIntyre was kind of justified in his heel turn by being the Bloodline has constantly screwed us over and shit like that, and everyone's just trying to forget it and all that. Maybe they could do the same thing with a Bianca heel turn, where she's like, how the hell do y'all not remember what Bayley and Damage Control did and all that? And that's the catalyst of her turning heel.
Right.
At some point. I think it'd be really interesting to see something like that.
I thought they were going to run a sort of like Shield type-esque group, but with the women instead.
Bro, they named themselves the Big Three on social media.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Kendrick and Drake.
WWE's Big Three.
Honestly, Big Three for the women's, I do agree. But
I'd like that. Not even gonna lie.
I just keep that as SmackDown though, because Raw has just talent as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Becky Lynch, obviously,
division is stacked.
Mommy, whenever she decides to come back, and that shoulder, it gets better. And Liv Morgan, honestly. I mean, I want to see, and speaking of Liv Morgan, what is going on with Dominic and Liv? Have you noticed that? Dominic's playing some games with Liv.
They might have been bumping uglies in that closet. Oh, no.
Locker room, man. It is.
Mommy ain't gonna be happy.
Mommy's not gonna be happy.
Back.
They're gonna recreate the SummerSlam 2005, the custody of Dominic.
Yes. I swear to God, if that's not where this ends, I'm gonna be so upset. Custody for Dominic's heart. Liv v. Rhea in a ladder match.
Yeah. The contract's up there and it's for custody. But with Dominic being said, let's go into his stablemates match. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship match. We both have different opinions on this.
Yeah, we have different opinions. I got Damian Priest retaining his World Heavyweight Championship tonight, or not tonight. I guess today.
Yeah, with the time zone difference. I had Jey Uso winning it, but it more leads into Clash of the Castle for when Drew finally wins it big, and what Jey will do is he'll win, and then he'll be like, all right, look, I'm world champ, and then Drew comes out, he's all pissed off. Now he's got to worry about Punk, and he's got to worry about Jey. He's more pissed off at Jey because now another former member of the Bloodline has a world title, and he thinks it's just going to go like insane. But I seen comparisons that Jey Uso was kind of like a modern day Matt Hardy with this new movement that this yeet movement. I don't know if any of our listeners saw on social media, but in France he had a dark match, and that arm wave he usually does was just the whole crowd was doing it. It was just absolute waves of people. It was awesome.
France loves Jey Uso.
But with that being said, do we see Judgment Day getting involved in the match? And if so, how?
I think so. I think you did say you think Jey Uso is going to win this match. I think they could potentially do a Judgment Day interference, and I think it'd be a pretty cool story beat if Finn Balor came in and almost like costed Damian Priest the title, almost with a failed like run-in like he did. Like when he held the Money in the Bank briefcase, Finn like messed up his cash-in like 5 or 6 times at the beginning of when he won the briefcase. I think he could like potentially maybe almost cost Damian the title in this match, or maybe cost Damian the title and give Uso the win.
Let's see. Yeah, we saw that we actually saw that at Fastlane. I think it was Finn who hit Damian in the knee with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Something like that, yeah.
When it was that tag match.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I think we see, the normal Dominic gets involved, but instead, I think they still play off of this JD McDonough thing. Like, how JD just keeps messing up week after week after week. I think what finally happens is, if Damian Priest win, JD does get involved, but this is now he proves his worth. Or, what I think, JD's going to mess up Priest again, and that's how Jey Uso is going to be able to do that, get the win, and Damian's not going to worry about like a rematch. He's going to be more focused on JD McDonough and how
his head off.
He basically just ripped his head off. But I also do see with Damian winning, I see sometime in the future we see a sleeper for the Money in the Bank, Finn Balor win it, and he holds it, and then basically we see a similar kind of like damage control-esque move with how Bayley chose Io for the Royal Rumble win, but instead it's a Money in the Bank. And this is when we see Finn finally turn, and JD doesn't even ask twice about Finn's turn. JD will join Finn because Damian just keeps shitting on him this entire time, ever since he's joined. Just keeps shitting on him. Mm-hmm. And so I think JD's only really trying to prove his worth because of Finn, but as soon as Finn pulls away, I think JD goes with him, to be honest. And then we have left Damian, Dominic, and Mommy. And maybe we see Dominic and Damian finally be solo stars. Because, I mean, we all know Rhea can be a solo star herself. She doesn't need the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
it's just adding on to her character.
Nobody. Rhea's completely fine all on her own. I'd love
Yeah.
to see Damian try to go on a singles run by himself without Judgment Day too.
I agree.
As for Dominic, that's a little shithead, ain't he?
Yeah, that dude's just.
I think he always needs like, well, maybe not always. At some point, he can like break out on his own. But as of right now, this character suits him so well, being paired up with like other people.
Yeah.
For him to like hide behind, I guess.
It's good. Like he's basically. I think Dominic or Dirty Sanchez, as
Dirty Sanchez.
Ray likes to call him. I think he's got a thing for goth girls.
Yeah.
Mommy and Liv are goth girls.
Mommy and Liv.
That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, I think Rhea comes back around SummerSlam, and that's when we see the whole thing with her and Liv kind of kick back, because I want to see Liv beat Becky for the title.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of upset they didn't put it on this match card, because I mean the build up to this PLE wasn't really big. It was more focused on the whole Uncle Howdy thing, week by week, in my opinion. Like I didn't really see much build up at all, unless you did, and I don't know, I didn't see it. But I mean,
yeah, they built up the card. Obviously, it wasn't like a huge hype up for it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a B show pay-per-view that they're trying to hype up, but. Nah, I agree with you. Like on the Uncle Howdy stuff, that's kind of like the focus point of this show. I think for you and me at least.
yeah. But I don't really have much else for this match. I mean, you got anything else?
No, I do not. So be ready to move on to the WWE Women's Championship match: Bayley versus Naomi versus Tiffy time.
It's Tiffy time.
It's Tiffy time.
I hate that shit so
Fuck,
much.
I love it. It's fucking
But-
awesome.
We got Bayley versus Naomi, like you said, and versus Tiffany Stratton. I did see there was a TikTok posted on Twitter by Nia Jax, and it turns out apparently Dakota Kai is Simone as well.
She is.
I didn't know that. I don't know how true that is. Maybe it could be Tiffany, but those
Put her
three
in the bloodline.
were doing a TikTok backstage, which I thought was pretty interesting. I got Bayley winning this. I think Bayley just retains. I think this more leads into Bianca and Bayley. But if we do a Bianca and Bayley, Tiffany wins the Money in the Bank.
Yes.
She gets her diamond encrusted pink briefcase like you and I have been talking about.
Mhm.
And she cashes in on Bianca.
On Bianca.
Bianca will beat Bayley, and it's going to be just as a similar EO cash-in, but this time instead, now Bianca doesn't have her focus on Tiffany, or not on Bayley, now it's on Tiffany because of that.
Dang.
Now she's all pissed off, and then Bianca just goes on this absolute, like you're thinking, like a heel run,
I like that.
and just absolutely tears through the women's division.
I'd love to see something like that, especially if it means Tiffy gets the pink and rhinestone briefcase. Because I'm pretty sure she even said she wanted that in an interview or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's my pick for women's Money in the Bank. Tiffy right there. I think in terms of this match, though, I definitely have Bayley winning. I think Naomi's in this match only to take the pin, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to pin Tiffany Stratton. She's going to look amazing in this match, I think, though.
With that prettiest moonsault ever.
Prettiest moonsault ever.
It really, like, I seen a comparison with EO's and Tiffany's, and Tiffany just does it so
Everyone
much
else
better.
just needs to retire it.
Yeah, for real.
No one else should be doing moonsaults with that on the roster.
Tiffany just does it so well. I mean, she's like 5'8", 5'9", so I mean, she's got some room to work with. But I mean, it's hard to pull off a moonsault with that towards like the taller heights,
Yeah, exactly.
because you could do so much could go wrong so fast.
And Charlotte always does it. Charlotte like sticks the landing every time she does.
Yeah,
moonsault.
Charlotte's like 6'3", dude. She's fucking tall.
Speaking of Charlotte Flair, bro, I want dream match right now for next year's WrestleMania. I want Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Okay,
Bro, that would be a banger.
I would. Yeah, she's. I don't know. We're trying to look it up. I don't think it shows anything. No, she's 5'10". Wow, she's as tall as me. That's
Charlotte
crazy.
is?
Yeah.
Damn.
But with that being said, I would like to see that. I would think, would you have Tiffany pin Charlotte or beat Charlotte?
I would, yeah.
Just to put her over as
Especially
like
if
the
it
next
was for
star?
like a world title or something like that. It was similar to how Rhea got put over by Charlotte.
That match at WrestleMania 39 was absolutely
Oh my
phenomenal.
God.
It was probably my favorite match of night
Banger.
one, besides the Usos and Owens and Sami Zayn's
So
match.
good.
Both of those matches were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. They stepped it up.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it just really shows how far Triple H and Stephanie have pushed for the women's division to be pushed and how like high it would be instead of what it is now.
Right.
I mean, I don't think we see. I'm actually really surprised Stephanie's back as well after all these allegations, especially with Ashley Massaro's whole rape and everything. She got accused of helping cover it up and everything.
Damn, not Stephanie.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think Stephanie did it because she pushes for the women's division so hard, and she's been pushing for years.
No.
So I don't think Stephanie did it, but I mean, who knows?
We like Stephanie here. She's the good McMahon.
Yeah, her and Shane are both the good McMahons.
The good McMahon. It's not,
Even Linda. We don't even see Linda anymore. We haven't seen Linda in years.
I never got to see Linda stand up out of the chair for myself. Oh, what a moment.
That moment was that WrestleMania?
I wish I could have. That was at WrestleMania 19.
WrestleMania history.
I might be wrong there. I could very well be wrong, and I might get torn apart by comment section.
That's whatever. But, I mean, I think with this match specifically, this sets up for Bayley to kind of go on this run, but it's like a face run now because obviously this whole thing with Io, and I think we see something very similar on SmackDown that we did to Raw with Nia Jax and how she's just going to absolutely try to tear and get to the top of the women's division and hold that title.
Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed to Nia Jax at some point holding a world title again. I'm not going to lie. I like this whole new character that she's playing. She just plays the perfect asshole. Like when she came out, I think it was when she interrupted Becky and Liv.
Yeah,
she walked out and she acted like she was going to high five a fan and was just like, yeah, no, fuck you.
She's like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
It's just like little shit like that I like.
Yeah, but I could also see something between Tiffany and Nia in the future because like I said last episode, Tiffany is kind of Nia's mentee and Nia's the mentor and she's helped out Tiffany a lot on the road with having to understand the schedule, having to understand the talent. I mean, Nia isn't the best in-ring worker, but I will say she's gotten so much better since she's returned. I mean, I don't like her. I never have. She just, like, it's nothing against her. It's just I haven't grasped onto her character or her at all.
I feel you.
But, I mean, I also seen something where, I mean, Nia is loosely related to the bloodline, so I saw something with, like, a bloodline angle as well.
Make her the new enforcer.
Make her the new... Oh, my... I mean, she's been in, like, what, 2 or 3 men's rumbles? So, I mean...
Yeah. Got RKO'd in that one. Everyone hit her finisher on there in that one.
Wasn't that this year's?
It was a couple of years ago.
Oh,
I can't remember what year exactly.
I got you. I don't really have much else for this match.
No,
I mean, we both have Bayley winning. Like, I think we both can agree Naomi's going to take the pin. But...
Unfortunately. Even though she just came back.
Yeah. I mean... Did we see any interference with Nia in this match?
Honestly, probably because of the no DQ.
What, Friday or Monday, whatever it was?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
It wouldn't surprise me. It's a triple threat, so no DQ. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if she came out and put, like, someone through a table.
By God, she broke it through the table. So, I mean, what if... I know this is, like, a long shot, and, you know, Tiffany being so young, and so kind of green on the main roster. I mean, her talent, like, she's good in the ring and everything. It's just, she's still kind of new-ish on the roster. But do we see Tiffany pinning Naomi for the win? And Bayley gets attacked by Nia?
That would be insane.
Because, I mean, they did it with Paige. They put the Divas title on Paige right after her NXT debut. Right. Why not do it 5 months after Tiffany's?
It's really not a bad idea.
I mean, Paige was a game player. I mean, so is Tiffany. She's a game player. She'll get it done. She'll get the job done just like Paige did. Mm-hmm. But, I mean...
It's not something I would be opposed to. The only reason I don't have it written down is because of me wanting her to win Money in the Bank.
That's
later
probably
this year, but
as well.
I would not be opposed to her winning the title in this match at all.
Do we see any of these women in the Queen of the Ring match?
Yeah, I think so. I think, if anything, honestly, I think Naomi's a good candidate to win Queen of the Ring this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she hasn't been given, like, there's not too much for me to back that up, but she hasn't been given a whole lot since her return.
Yeah.
And I think winning Queen of the Ring or getting a big accomplishment like that would be pretty big for her. And you could have, like, Bianca and Jade as the tag champs. You have your big three. You'll have the Queen of the Ring in the middle, and then you'll have the tag champs as Bianca and Jade.
What if Charlotte returns? What if they run it like kind of like a tournament for both of them? Like, okay, we need one more person, but that person is not going to be decided up until like right before they do it.
A wild card.
And like the wild card is for the women's is Charlotte.
Yes.
But for the men's, it's Odyssey Jones. Come on now, it's Odyssey Jones. But I think it could be Charlotte. And then the finals, we see Tiffany and Charlotte, maybe, or not Tiffany, but Naomi and Charlotte.
God. I mean,
and
that's
Charlotte lives up to her name, the Queen, and becomes the Queen of the Ring. I mean, I don't think when Zelina won it, I think Charlotte was champion at the time. I don't remember when she won it, but I would say probably the only reason why Charlotte didn't win it, or she was out with injury or doing something on her own. But I mean,
no, I'm with you there. Charlotte is a big one for Queen of the Ring if she's cleared enough for her in order to compete when it's happening.
Yeah. I mean, she's traded hard right now. I've seen a lot of stuff on social media.
Yeah, she's back at it.
And she's set to return soon. But, what was that? With that being said, I mean, it's shorter. Like I said, it's a B show.
5 matches and potentially one huge angle at the end.
Yeah. Let's get to the main event. We have AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes. I hope they play into the history of the Bullet Club with these two. It would be so good. I mean, obviously, AJ Styles is a former leader, and Cody Rhodes being in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we see something like that. I mean, we've seen the Too Sweet gesture on SmackDown. We saw at the press conference, it was like the conference before SmackDown or whatever it was. We saw it there, and AJ was even like, yeah, nah. So, I mean, I think with all this disrespect that AJ's throwing Cody, I see Cody winning this, but I also want Cody to keep the title because, I mean, don't just give him the title and have him hold on to it for like, a month?
Especially after beating Roman freaking Reigns.
Yeah, after a 2-year storyline. That was just...
Yeah, I've got Cody Rhodes walking out with the win here as well. Like, as much as I wish I could buy into the fact AJ might beat Cody, there's just no shot.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, there's just no shot.
But I'm going to add on to my prediction. I have Cody Rhodes winning with the LA Knight interference. Because what happened in Australia... I mean, yeah, they already settled their beef at WrestleMania, but why not keep playing into this storyline?
They're one win apiece, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Why not play into this storyline?
Need a rubber match.
And have LA Knight just absolutely just, like, go in at AJ. I mean, obviously, like, the ref gets distracted or something happens, whatever it may be. And I think Cody will cut a promo on SmackDown, that following SmackDown. And be like, yeah, I won. He talks about the match. AJ comes out and basically, like, you didn't win. You couldn't beat me on your own. And LA Knight's music hits, and then that's when we could potentially see a triple threat, either at Clash at the Castle or Money in the Bank.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, just keep playing this LA Knight AJ Styles thing and let Cody Rhodes kind of just be there and make the title like just add a title for extra emphasis on this whole feud.
I would like Cody Rhodes to be involved in this feud. Like, if that does happen, I would like Cody Rhodes to not, like, be happy about it, you know?
Yeah.
I would like him to actually be pissed off at LA Knight for interfering in this match.
Mm-hmm.
And I want him to be like, LA Knight, like, that was, like, the crowd's dream match. Like, everybody wanted this. I wanted this. That this meant so much to me, yada, yada, yada. And then have that be Cody's fire for fighting LA Knight and AJ Styles now. So LA Knight and AJ Styles are hating on each other, and now Cody Rhodes feels like he got gypped out of getting the proper chance to validate his title run on the first run because his first win got tainted, I guess.
No, actually, I do like that. I mean, if we don't see that, though, I mean, do we see Cody defending his title at Clash at the Castle?
Oh, yeah. I think he's going to defend it at every PLE because Roman never did.
Yeah, Roman never did.
So I think that's going to be Cody's
I see this guy on a
championship run
X, and he's always complaining about Cody's title run. I'm like, dude, your champion was a part-time champion. Yeah, it hasn't even started yet. Like, you haven't gotten there.
He's literally hasn't defended it yet. He's had one match since he won the belt. It was Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah. I mean, even even with the Mello match, it was Mello don't miss.
Mello don't miss.
Mello don't miss.
No.
And it was just like it was banger of a match. To be honest, I enjoyed some of it. I didn't get to watch all of it, but
Yeah, no, it was a pretty epic match. Cody Rhodes almost hurt his shoulder in it. They both did a double springboard, like cutter spot. You probably saw it.
yeah, I happened
They
to
both
see it this
missed.
morning. Yeah, but I mean, with this, I think
We both got Cody Rhodes.
yeah, we have Rhodes winning this. But I still am solidifying my whole thing with LA Knight being involved in the match. I mean, they're in France. I wouldn't see why LA Knight wouldn't fly halfway across the world to cost AJ Styles, because AJ did the same thing to Knight at Elimination Chamber. He costed him a chance at Rollins' title.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see that. We now have the pre-show playing. It's pretty interesting as the opening. I like it. But, I mean, with that, I think
Talk about the Uncle Howdy.
we get into the Uncle Howdy segment. I think this is where we see Uncle Howdy debut.
This show.
Because, again, the whole promo package with that we saw in the video, there's actually a Bray Wyatt "We Miss You" poster in the crowd in France, so that they might play into something off of that. I mean, obviously it's R.I.P. Bray,
Right.
but really, again, all the NXT teasers led to France. And like, again, final predictions. I'm gonna run it back one more time. If this is where he shows up, Uncle Howdy, because of the title of the video, all you have to do, and a different video was shown, and it was part of it was "We Believed," but it was changed to "We Believed." Alexa Bliss is set to return maternity leave from that, or is supposed to come from maternity leave, and then the Veiled Nun. And then Dexter Lumis, I don't have much for him. I want to see how they play into his. I just have Florida Man. That's it. But I mean, he did play Miz's quote unquote stalker, so that could be something as well.
Yeah, he'd be an interesting character to put into this Wyatt 6 Wyatt 5 faction. I think it plays into his stalker character good.
Then, I definitely agree. I would also got Nikki Cross, because I mean, I think last time we seen her was around Royal Rumble, and she got eliminated by Nia Jax because she just stood in the ring and stood at the hard camera.
Yeah.
Her trance. And then we saw the video of the girl, or the figure in the cave, who's in a trance, which we also saw with Alexa Bliss and White Rabbit, which I actually ended up learning a few days ago, because I wasn't watching around that time. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
Right.
But then we got Chris Najama, Cross Cave, and Slovenian. I see Nikki Cross as well, and then Eric Rowan, who just signed with WWE on Wednesday, and the Skulls and Cross Cave were very similar to the ones that him and Luke Harper wore and the Bludgeon Brothers. And finally, I have Joe Gacy in this, being the final person if they don't reserve this spot for Bray, because there is supposed to be an NXT star called up very soon, and it's supposed to be like this weekend, so this is probably the last thing they can do this weekend.
Yeah.
And on top of it, the video from NXT, everybody is speculating he is the silhouette that was in that video. But there's also one more thing that was pointed out that I forgot to point out. NXT showed Nightbird. They never had White Rabbit. Never had White Rabbit once.
Was the teaser this week on NXT the first one that they've done on NXT for this Nightbird?
First and only one they even did it for Nightbird and White Rabbit.
Dang.
And I think this is where we see everything
this is where it all
pan
kicks
out.
off.
Yeah. And this is where we see Uncle Howdy and all of them come in. I think, again, their feud is going to start with Braun Strowman. I mean, I said it on X. I think it's going to be, it could be a Wyatt 5. And what they want to do with Braun is bring back the Black Sheep instead of having like Dexter Lumis or Joe Gacy in there. And I would probably take out Dexter Lumis and put Braun in there instead. That's just my personal opinion. But bring back the Black Sheep, because like we keep saying, remember who you are. I mean, it also goes for Alexa Bliss, because before Bray disappeared before he passed, we saw Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman be their normal selves.
Right.
So I think we could see. I think that's also helps with remember who you are. But I mean, other than that, that's all I have. Like I said, the NXT teasers point to Backlash, and France.
Oh yeah, tons of France references in all of these. Yes,
especially Lagrange point, like the French mathematician I mentioned in the last episode.
Right.
Joseph Louis Lagrange. He's not French. I forget where he's from, but he got a citizenship there. It's like a location. The Statue of Liberty. It was just all just happened to line up perfectly with that. And that's all I got for this episode. I mean, you got anything else, Ryan?
I don't got too much else to add, man. I think you're spot on. I think right now, tonight, I think it's going to close out the show with his Uncle Howdy debut with the new Wyatt family. I am pumped for it.
I am as well. And I wonder if how they'll play it in this Uncle Howdy character, see if they played it how they did last time when he was here, or if they completely do it the opposite.
I want to see him drop another elbow from the scaffolding on LA Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let's close us out.
All right, ladies and gents, thank you for listening to our predictions for Backlash in Lyon, France. We will catch y'all next time when we give you our reactions to Backlash.